Okay, so find your way to your mat and let's start right in child's pose, our favorite. Nice and grounding to begin. So come to the knees, spread the knees nice and wide, tops of the feet are on the mat, and then walk the upper body down the length of the mat. Reach the arms nice and long, come up to the tops of the fingertips, walk them out even longer, and then take a full breath in here. As you exhale, really melt in, really sink down, child's pose. Let the forehead come right down to the mat. And just let the body arrive here. This is where we're at right now. This is where we need to be. Take a breath. And let that breath go. Again, inhale, fill up. And exhale, let the breath go. Take a few moments to really just find your breath like this. Not worrying about the shape that your body's in, not worrying about the place that your body is in, but just solely focusing on the breath. Drawing it in, letting it go over and over and over. The beginning of practice is the perfect place in your practice to start developing that ujjayi breath, the ocean sounding breath, by creating a little bit of a constriction in the back of the throat so that you can hear your breath really deep, really smooth. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. A few more breaths here. Let them be slow, let them be deep. And then if there's anything else that your body's asking you for while you're breathing, while you're starting to set that tone, that rhythm of your breath, go ahead and allow it. Maybe it's reaching the arms even further. Maybe it's rocking the forehead side to side. Maybe it's even rocking the full body side to side. Take a big, slow breath in. As you exhale, melt your way back into stillness for a final breath in here. Let it be your deepest breath you've breathed all day. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. As you inhale, let's float our way right up to table. So start to shift the shoulders right over the wrists, the hips float right over the knees. And then look down at your hands. Set a really nice firm foundation here. So the fingertips are wide, index fingers parallel to each other, wrists are right under the shoulders. And then just notice the spine. Before we take any more movement, just feel the length that you can create. So imagine reaching the crown of your head further forward, your tailbone further back, like you can stretch your spine even further than your skeleton wants you to. I'll naturally allow it. Take a breath, breathe in. Exhale here, table, really strong foundational pose. One more breath in. Full breath out. And now we invite in the motion, the movement. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, let the belly spill down towards the mat, roll the shoulders back, draw the chest through, take the gaze high. Exhale, tilt the pelvis all the way back, round the back, arch the back, press into the hands, look to the belly button. Inhale back to cow, belly softens down, shoulders roll back, chest comes through, gaze comes high. Exhale, round back again, cats. Press into the hands to really arch the back body. A few more like that, inhaling through cow. Exhaling your way back to cat. Really using your own breath, so keep going here, keep moving here, keep breathing here. And notice when these motions, these breaths, begin to feel more comfortable, more natural. You kind of slide into the rhythm of them. And once you find that rhythm, then I want you to take your awareness and really paint your awareness through the transitions of these two postures. Notice how your body accommodates you to move between these two postures, all the while breathing really deep, moving really smooth. And then find your final rounds. The inhale draws you through cow. The exhale brings you back through cat. Take your time. And then the inhale will take us back to table. Take a blank breath in table. Fill up. Exhale here. We're gonna curl the toes under. Take a big breath in, press into the hands. Imagine that you're coming into cat in the back. So press into the hands, round the back body. Keep that kind of hollowing out into the chest area, and then just float, hover the knees right up off the mat. So we're in kind of a floating table. Take a big breath, inhale. Exhale. Notice if when you lifted the knees up, if you lost the back. If you did, it's okay, but just press, lift through the back body, dome the upper back. Inhale one more time. And then exhale, we're just gonna keep the knees hovering, but shift the hips back towards the heels. So we're kind of curled up at the back of the mat. Take a big breath in, keep pressing through your hands. So we're pressing all of our weight back towards the back of the mat. And then exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Nice slow transition. And then take a moment here in your down dog to just find the shape, find the pose, find your body, find your breath. Maybe it's some pedaling of the feet, maybe up to the tippy toes and then down to the heels. Whatever you need here, go ahead and find it, allow it. All the while breathing. Deep inhale, full exhale. And then come into the foundation of the pose. Peek the gaze up to the fingertips. Make sure those fingers are still spread really wide, index fingers parallel. And then a little bit of a gentle clawing in the hands. That's just going to take some of the weight out of the wrists and distribute it into the full hand. And then soften the head, the neck back, look back at your feet. Notice if you can see your inner heels back there. If you can, spin them right behind your ankles so they disappear. Take a big breath, come all the way up to the tippy toes, lift the hips really high, and then exhale, melt the heels back down to the mat. Notice the transition, even just in this small motion. Inhale, rise up to the tippy toes, hips come high. Exhale, melt the heels back down to the mat. Last one, inhale, rise up, tippy toes. This time as you exhale, walk the tippy toes all the way up to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Nice and slow, take your time arriving. Let the feet come a little bit wider than the hips. Maybe the toes just barely point out towards the edges of your mat. And then find ragdoll. So allow the upper body to really hang over the legs. Take hold of opposite elbows. I always really like a nice bend in my knees in this first forward fold, first ragdoll, to kind of move around, arrive a little bit. Welcome the pose into the body a little bit, all the while breathing. Stay with those really big, deep, sweet breaths. One of the benefits of this Ujjayi breath, the breath that you can hear, is that you can hear when you stop. You can hear when you lose your breath. And when you become aware of your practice, when you're able to really drop into what you're doing, you become aware of when you lose it, and then you become aware of the need to pick it back up. Deep inhale. As you exhale, melt the fingertips down to the mat, walk the feet right underneath the hips. Take a gentle bend in the knees, and then inhale, we're going to find a flat back. So slide the palms right up the shins, reach the spine nice and long, and pause here. Notice where you're holding your weight in your feet. See if you can distribute it a little bit more even. And then really press into the palms, just under the knees, right on the shins. So we're really lengthening the back body. Take a full breath. Exhale all the way back down, fold. This time as you inhale, bend the knees, sweep all the way up to stand. Reach those arms all the way up towards the sky, look up high. And then exhale, slide the hands right down to the heart. Let the eyes close down here, take a breath. And let that breath go. Taking time, taking space to really just breathe. Let it be a reminder that you're here, a reminder that you're practicing, a reminder that you're alive. Sometimes we go through the entire week, month, year without having the conscious thought of knowing that we're alive. Full breath in. Full breath out, blink the eyes open, lower the hands down by the sides. All right, we're going to start flowing, but one thing I want to talk about really quickly before we do is this half lift. So it's in almost every vinyasa class you'll go to, right? We inhale, rise up, exhale, fold down, and then there's this inhale, half lift. So oftentimes you'll see teachers, you'll see students, you'll see Anyone doing a half lift with their fingers down on the ground and they just reach forward, if they have that length in the spine, this is totally fine and valid. So if this is your preferred way of doing it, there's no problem. I'm going to teach you to have your hands on your shins though, because what that's doing, and your shins are even floating just in front of your shins. When we keep our hands here, we're not using as much of our back strength if we lift a little bit higher and take our hands right up. So why would we not use that, right? We're using our whole bodies, why not strengthen them as well? So just a little tiny thing to keep in mind is that when we half lift, an option, it was always an option, is to take those hands right off the ground and lift them to below the knees, okay? All right, front of the mat. We're gonna start with some half sun salutations to really sink that breath pattern into our body and kind of teach our body, okay, we're moving one breath, one motion, one breath, one motion. Then we're going to get a little bit more involved, and we'll do some lunging salutations. We'll do some sun salutation A's, and then we're going to do a pretty simple flow that's going to kind of check all the warriors off the boxes. So we're going to do some warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 3. All right, that's where we're going. So mountain pose, front of the mat, feet underneath the hips, roll the shoulders back, reach the fingertips down, crown of the head's reaching high, feet are pressing down really firm, and then inhale, sweep the hands high, look high. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Release the head at the bottom of that fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift, slide the hands up the shins. Exhale, fold all the way back down. And then inhale, we come all the way back up, press into the feet, hands rise, gaze up. Exhale, hands down to the heart. That's a half salutation. Same thing. Inhale, hands up high, look up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way back up, hands up, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time like that. Really notice your breath. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift, hands slide. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up, hands up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's move on. Inhale, hands sweep up, look high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Same thing here. But now exhale, fold down, plant the fingertips down, and step the right foot back to a lunge. Take a breath here, look forward, lift through the back leg just a little bit. The toes stay down, but just lift the back of the back leg. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, down dog. And then on your exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Tops of the fingertips, again, lift the back of the left leg. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step the left foot forward to meet the right foot, fold it in front of your mat. Inhale, flat back, half lift, lengthen the spine, use the back muscles. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold all the way back down for the other side, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down, hands come down, left foot steps back, right foot forward, left foot back. Inhale, lengthen, look in front of yourself. Exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Right foot and left foot are at the back of the mat. Take a breath in. And then exhale, left foot comes to the front of the mat. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, right foot steps forward to meet the left, fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, rise all the way up, hands up, look up. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, let that breath go. Inhale, sweep the hands high, look high. Exhale, forward fold, bow all the way down. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down, take the right foot back to the lunge. Left foot forward, right foot back. Get your footing this time. Press into the feet and then inhale, crescent lunge, hands up high. As you exhale, bend the right knee, the back knee. And notice when you bend that back knee, the right hip can come a little bit forward so the hips can be a little bit more square to the front of the mat. Take a full breath in. Exhale, hands come down, frame the left foot, step back to plank. Pause here in plank, take a breath in, press the mat away, just like before. It's like cat in the back, round dome through the upper back. Inhale, And then exhale, knees come down, come all the way down to the belly. Plant the hands right where they are. Inhale, rise up to Cobra. This is a nice low Cobra. So again, use your back muscles. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hinge the hips, lift them high. Take a breath in and a breath out. This time, inhale, lift the right foot right up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Press into the feet. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, bend the left knee, the back knee. Notice that left hip. See if you can draw it forward just a little bit. Breathe in. Exhale, hands come down. Step the left foot forward, fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands sweep up, look up. Exhale, fold back down for the other side. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down. The left foot steps back. Right foot forward, left foot back. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, left knee bends. Left hip inches its way forward. Inhale, reach just the fingertips. Exhale, hands down. Step the right foot back to plank. Full breath in. Exhale, knees down, chest all the way down. Toes untuck. Inhale, Cobra. Rise up. Use the back body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Take a blank breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left leg comes up to the sky. Exhale, left foot steps between the hands. Inhale, both arms up high. Exhale, bend the right knee. Sink the right hip forward just a little bit. Inhale, reach the fingertips. Exhale, hands come down. Right foot steps forward. Fold at the front. Inhale, flat back, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, sweep up high, look up high. Exhale, hands to the heart. And pause, take a breath. One more time like that. Inhale, take the hands high. Well, not really like that. We're gonna change it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Right foot steps back to the lunge. This time, lower the right knee right down to the mat. Untuck the right toes. Inhale, hands up high. Press into the left foot to drag the hips back so they're over the right knee. So not sinking down here, but instead we're lifting up. And then really press the back foot down into the mat. Notice your pelvis. See if you can kind of tuck it under a little bit. And all of a sudden, this right quad might be lighting up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands down to the mat, tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee. Inhale, both hands up high. Exhale, stay for a breath. Maybe you bend that back knee. Maybe you're ready to not. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank, and lower all the way down to the mat. This time, send the hands back by the hips, palms face up as you breathe in. Locust pose, lift everything up off the mat. Getting again into that back body. Take the gaze forward. Inhale once more. Exhale, lower down, hands under the shoulders. Make your way back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, right foot reaches up to the sky. Exhale, right foot steps between the hands. Lower the left knee, untuck the left toes. Inhale, hands up high. And then drag those hips back right over the left knee. Press the left foot down into the back foot. Notice the pelvis. See if you can scoop it under just a little bit. And then it might be like, wow, hello, left quad. Or maybe you're like, that's okay. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, hands down, tuck the left toes, lift the back knee. Coming up again, inhale, hands up high. Exhale, pause, sink just a little bit. Inhale, reach just the fingertips. Exhale, hands down, frame the right foot, step the left foot forward, fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up, hands up, look up. Exhale, last side, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. We're using the breath. Exhale, fold, right foot steps back. Lower the right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, hips high. So these hips are right over the right knee. Exhale, hands down, curl the right toes, lift the right knee. Inhale, hands high again. Exhale, take it right down. Plant the hands, step back to plank, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, inhale, roll up to Cobra. Maybe up to upper dog, lift the knees right up off the mat. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a blank breath, inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, lift the left leg high. As you exhale, step that left foot through between the hands, lower the right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhale, both hands high. Drag the hips back further than you think. And then exhale, hands back down. Curl the right toes, lift the right knee. Inhale, both hands high. Exhale, both hands down, step the right foot forward, fold the front. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach through the fingertips, ground through the feet. Exhale, hands to the heart and take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Notice your feet beneath you making contact with the ground, with the mat, with the earth, wherever you are. Take a breath and let that breath go. All right, we're going to move on to some sun salutation A's. So these are our basic ones. We're going to do two together. We'll see how it goes. Look down at your feet. Let's reset. Lift the toes right up off the mat. Spread them out really wide. And then slowly, with control, set those toes back down. Good. Take the shoulders up by the ears. Roll them back and then slowly let them slide down the back body. Fingertips reaching down towards the mat. And then really intentionally reach the crown of the head up towards the sky. As you did that, notice if your chin went with it. If it did, tuck it back in. Take a breath. Let that breath go. Here we go. Arms up high, look high. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, flat back, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant the hands down, step right back to plank, and lower all the way down or chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. Maybe it's up dog, maybe it's cobra, maybe it's locust again. Exhale, lift from the hips up and back, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last one, fill up. Empty out. As you inhale, come up to the tippy toes. As you exhale, bend the knees, send the hips back, look up to the thumbs, and take a big step forward to fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, use that length to fold back down over the legs. Inhale, press into the feet, rise all the way up, hands up, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Same exact thing. Inhale, hands up high, look high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Notice the strength of your back body. Exhale, fold down, plant the hands down, step back to plank. Pause here in plank. Take a breath in, press the mat away. Then exhale, lower down, chaturanga or knees down, chest down. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Notice that transition. Notice how your body's working. Full breath. Slow breath out. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up to the tippy toes. It's a small motion, but use the full breath. Exhale, bend the knees, hips back, look forward, step or hop forward, folding at the front of the mat. And then let the inhale guide you up into that half lift. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. Look up. Exhale, hands down in front of the heart. All right, we're going to do the same exact thing. I'm not going to cue it. I want you to really, really, really use your breath. Drop in, find that rhythm, and move with that, not my words, okay? If you need a little help, just look up, and you can come back to flow with me. All right, hands down by your sides. Whenever you're ready, whenever your next inhale begins, flow through. Inhale. Eventually, you'll arrive in downward facing dog. Take your time there. Let it be sweet. Let it be this exploration of your practice, of yourself, of your breath. Eventually, once you find those 3 breaths, you'll begin to make your way forward just like we've been doing. There's no rush. Eventually, we'll all meet back at the front of the mat in mountain, standing tall, but again, no rush. Once you arrive back in mountain, just let the eyes close down. Let the body melt a little bit. Let the fingertips come down by the sides. Let the shoulder blades soften down the body. Notice if you're holding anything in the body. And it might be holding something in an engaged way to stand a little taller and a little straighter and a little more upright. For a moment, for a breath, let that go. Really soften the body. Soften the breath around it. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you can allow the mind to follow suit and soften just a little bit more. Take a breath. Exhale, blink the eyes open. Okay, we're gonna flow a little more. Take a breath in, hands up high, look high. Exhale, forward fold. This is just a breathing practice, that's all it is. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold down. We're going to walk right back to downward facing dog. Pause here, take a breath. Let that breath go. As you breathe in, take the right foot up to the sky, bend the right knee and start stacking the hips. So roll the right hip right over the left hip. Notice if that left shoulder starts to dump its way down to the mat. If it does, press a little more firmly into both hands to really keep nice neutral shoulders. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, we're going to straighten the right leg, neutralize the hips, and then draw the right knee into the chest, right foot down between the hands. Take a full breath in, just like before. Lengthen, lift a little bit into your low lunge, look forward, and then exhale, spin the left heel down to the mat. So both soles of the feet are on the mat. We're going to rise up, inhale, warrior 2, and pause. So we made it. Take a breath. Look at your body. Look down at the right knee. We want it right over the right ankle. Right foot is maybe bisecting the left foot, or maybe just a little bit more to the right. Arms out nice and wide. Take the gaze right over the right middle finger. Inhale. Exhale. Let's play with these transitions just a little bit. As you inhale, lift the arms straight in the right leg. Really slow. Use the full breath. As you exhale, return to warrior 2. Hands parallel to the floor, right knee over right ankle. Same thing. Inhale, palms reach up high, straighten the right leg. Exhale, back down. Imagine there's a little bit of resistance under the hands as you're moving. Right knee sinks over the right ankle. One more time. Inhale, hands up high. And now this time, pause. Just the hands. Lower back down. Reach the right hand forward, forward, forward. Triangle pose. Tip down. Right hand finds the right ankle, shin, maybe the floor. Left hand's reaching up towards the sky. And then really feel the length between the left fingertips all the way down to the right fingertips. Whatever's best for your neck, go ahead and find that. It might be looking up to the left hand or looking right down to the right foot. Take a big breath in and notice the length that you can create between that left hip point all the way up to the crown of the head. One more full breath. Inhale. Slow breath. Exhale. Press into the feet. Use your core. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Hands come up. Right toes come up off the mat. Skandasana at the back of the mat. So a deep bend into this left knee, sinking towards the back of the mat. Hands stay at the heart. Inhale. Nice tall spine. Look towards the right toes. Take a breath. Exhale, hands down to the mat. We're just going to lift our hips up and find a wide-legged fold. So 2 straight legs, hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. So this fold can be whatever you need it to be. If you need something to hang on to, you can take the hands to the hips, maybe the peace sign fingers behind the big toes. We're just here for another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Hands back under the shoulders. Inhale, flat back, half lift here. As you exhale, we're going to walk our way to the front of the mat and frame the right foot. So we're back in a low lunge at the front of the mat. Now I want you to look down at your feet, make sure they're actually hips distance apart. They're not on the same line anymore. Spin the left heel down to the mat and inhale, arms up high, warrior one. Find yourself here, pause. We want to start thinking about bringing the hips towards the front of the mat. We don't have to force it. When they stop, let them stop. Hands reach up high, inhale, exhale. As you inhale, straighten the front leg. As you exhale, sink back down, right knee over the right ankle. Same thing, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Notice how your body's moving. Slow down, make time. One more time. Inhale, reach, lift, lengthen, straighten the front leg. This time, exhale, hands down to the heart. Keep the front leg straight. Exhale, lead with the heart, bow forward, pyramid pose. Stop when the upper body is parallel to the floor. Take a big breath in. Imagine again, you can create more space between the crown of the head and the tailbone. Inhale. Don't lock out this right knee. Keep a little tiny bend in it. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. As you exhale, we're going to bend this right knee even deeper. So we're back in like a warrior one shape, kind of, but then we're coming to warrior three. Step right off the back foot. Flex the back foot and then point those toes. Dial them right down towards the mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Lift the left leg high, 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 standing split. Inhale. And then exhale slowly. Notice the transition. Lower the left toes down to the mat behind you for a low lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back plank, lower through your vinyasa. Inhale takes you up to the back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing, other side. Inhale, left leg rises. Bend the left knee, open up those hips, stack them up. But this time, notice that right shoulder. It might kind of dump down towards the mat. Instead, press equally through both hands. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the left leg, unwind the hips, take the left knee into the chest, step the left foot through between the hands. Ground the right heel. So we're coming into warrior two. Rise up. Exhale, arrive. Take a moment to just slow down and notice where your body landed. Left knee's over that left ankle. Sink it down. Arms are out wide. Gazes over the left middle finger. Inhale. Exhale. Let the shoulders soften. Let the face soften. Inhale. Exhale. Now we invite the motion in. Inhale, hands up, slowly straighten the front leg. Exhale, back to warrior two. Moving with intention. Really notice the transition between these movements. Inhale, rise, straighten the front leg, hands up. Exhale, back down. Warrior two. Last one, inhale, hands high, straighten the front leg. This time, exhale, just the hands come back down parallel to the mat. Reach the left hand forward, 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 triangle pose, Trikonasana. Left hand lands where it lands. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Gaze comes to the right thumb or down to the left foot. Take a big breath and again, feel the length that you can create in your body. So we have length from the left fingertips all the way up to the right fingertips. Length from the right hip point all the way up to the crown of the head. One big breath in. One slow breath out. And then press into those feet. Inhale, rise back up. Hands come all the way up. Left toes come up. Exhale, Skandasana at the back of the mat. So this time the right knee bends deep. Take a big breath in. Hands to the heart. Look to the left toes. Inhale. Exhale, hands land for wide-legged fold. Lift the hips up and fold over two straight legs. So you can find the same fold you found last time or change it up if you want to get into the shoulders a little bit. Interlace the fingertips behind the back body and then reach those arms straight. Maybe letting them start to fall over the top of the body, over the head. Inhale where you are. Exhale where you are. And then slowly let the hands come back under the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk to the lunge at the front of the mat. So we're framing the left foot. Ball of the back foot. Inhale, Actually, we're widening the feet. So we're coming into warrior one. So go ahead and ground the back heel, press into the feet, hands up high. I almost forgot about this part. Exhale, pause here, sink. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale back into warrior one. Use your full breath for these small motions. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale back into a bent knee. One more time. Inhale, straighten, lift. Keep the legs straight. Exhale, hands to the heart. Lead with the chest, pyramid pose. Pausing when you're perpendicular to the mat. Or nope, parallel to the mat. Take a big breath in. Reach long through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bend the left knee, step right into warrior three. Lift that back leg high, flex the back foot, and then again, dial the back toes right down to the mat. When we do that, that's helping us keep our hips really square. And then flex the foot even more, reach the crown of the head away from that flexed foot. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down to the mat, right toes high, standing split. Just one breath in. As you breathe out, this is a big transition. Pay close attention to it. Slowly lower the right foot all the way down to the back of the mat. Low lunge. Take a breath. Breathe in. Exhale, vinyasa. Step the left foot back, lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up and back. All right, take a breath. Let that breath go. We're going to do the same thing one more time. We're just going to take a few pieces out and put a few pieces in. So inhale, right foot high. Exhale, bend the right knee, open up the hips. If you'd like this time to add wild thing and flip your dog, go ahead. You can go ahead and do that. If you're like, what is that? Don't worry, just stay with open hips. Take a breath. As you exhale, we're coming back to three-legged dog, straight right leg. Inhale, press the right foot away from you into space. Exhale, right knee into the chest. Right foot steps between the hands. Warrior two, ground the back foot. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pause, sink in. Inhale, straighten just the right leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Right hand lands where it lands. Take a breath, feel the length. Exhale. This is a big transition. Inhale, back up. Both hands rise up, right toes rise up. Exhale, skandasana, left knee bends, right leg straight. So here, if you want, you can try adding a bind. To do that, take your left hand forward like you're shaking someone's hand. Then point your thumb down to the mat. And then we're going to lean forward and wrap the left arm around the left leg. Take the right hand forward like you're shaking someone's hand. Rotate the right thumb down to the mat and then sweep it around. Maybe the hands meet, maybe they don't. It's okay. What we want to prioritize is this lift and this opening. Take a big breath where you are. Exhale where you are. One more. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands, lift the hips forward, wide-legged fold. Take a breath to let the hips reset. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more lift and lengthen, half lift. And then exhale, we're going to walk to the front of the mat into this low lunge. Coming into warrior one, ground the back heel. Both arms reach up high. Exhale, pause. Warrior one, soften the shoulders down. Take a breath in, straighten the front leg. Exhale, fold forward, pyramid pose. This time let the hands come right down to the mat. Take a big breath in, keep the upper back, the whole back body parallel to the mat. Full breath. Let the breath go. One more time, inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee. Take the hands a big step forward and we're coming into standing split. We're skipping warrior three. Left toes up to the sky. Take a full breath. As you exhale, we're going to lower the left toes right down to the right toes. So we're in a standing forward fold, but the toes are touching, inner edges of the feet. Come up onto the tippy toes and then bend the knees, sink the hips right down towards the heels. So this is just an option for crow. If you'd like it, you're welcome to take it. If you're not into it, make your way right back to down dog, maybe flow through a vinyasa. If you want crow, plant those hands down, wrap the elbows in, lift the hips, nestle the knees to the backs of the arms, close up towards those armpits as close as you can. And then it's a shifting forward. Shift the weight forward so the gaze comes to the top of the triangle of the hands. Maybe you lift the feet. Maybe you take some breaths. Maybe it's somewhere in between. And then we make our way back. You can shoot back, you can step back. If you want that vinyasa, flow through, lower down, exhale, inhale, rise. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. One final side, full breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Bend the left knee, exhale, open the hips up. Maybe make your way into wild thing. Maybe. Find your breath, stay with it. Notice the transitions. Exhale, three-legged dog, both hands down, left leg high. As you inhale, press the left foot back. As you exhale, left knee to the chest, left foot between the hands. Inhale, warrior two, all the way up. Exhale, settle, land. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Left hand reaches and comes down. Right hand reaches high. Full breath, inhale. Full breath, exhale. Big transition. Inhale, lift all the way up. Hands up, left toes up. Exhale, skandasana. Sink down to the right leg. Take a breath. Start with a long open spine, open chest. If you want to play with the bind, we take the right hand out in front of us, rotate the right thumb down towards the mat, lean forward, and then wrap the right arm around the right leg. Then it's taking the left hand forward, left thumb rotates down towards the ground, and maybe the hands find each other. Same thing as the other side. Don't just let your chest dump down towards the mat. That's defeating the purpose. Roll the chest open, take the gaze high. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, breathe in. As you exhale, release the bind, hands down, wide-legged fold, two straight legs. Use the breath to find some motion. Inhale, flat back, lift. Exhale, fold. Same thing, inhale, flat back. And then exhale to the front of the mat, back to this low lunge. Get ready, set yourself up for warrior one, drop the back heel. Inhale, both hands up high. Exhale, arrive. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, pour yourself into pyramid pose, nice and slow. Let the hands come down if they come down. If they don't, you can keep them at the heart. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath, breathe in. As you exhale, bend the left knee right over the left ankle. Take the hands a handprint forward or maybe like a foot forward. And then standing split, right foot all the way up high. Fold over that left leg. Take a breath. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale really slow. Melt the right toes down to meet the left toes. Forward fold. Once you arrive, go ahead and touch those toes together. Come up to the tippy toes, lift the heels, sink the hips as you bend the knees. Last opportunity for crow. If you want to play, you're welcome to. If you're like, no, I'm done, it's also totally fine. We'll meet you in down dog. So again, if you want a little crow, if you want to walk in, plant the hands down, wrap the elbows back, lift the hips high, nestle the knees up, high up the arms, come up to the tops of the tippy toes, and then it's a really significant forward shifting. So the gaze comes forward, maybe the toes come up. If you're up, I want you to think about pointing the toes, lifting the heels. And then eventually, we'll make our way back. If you want that final vinyasa, go ahead and flow through. And we'll meet this time in child's pose. Take your time arriving there, no rush. Prioritize your practice. Prioritize your breath. And when we land here in this child's pose shape, listen. Do you hear your breath? Can you come back to your breath? Can you stay with your breath? One more time, inhale. Exhale. Being gentle with yourself, start walking your hands under the shoulders, moving slow. Press into the palms and lift yourself up into a seat. You can seal the legs together, hands come to the tops of the thighs. And again, just let the eyes close down. See if once more, as you're breathing deep, smooth breaths, you can allow the body to soften. Really let the breath start to inform the body. The breath is saying, hey, we're slowing down, we're breathing deep, we're okay here. And the body's starting to just kind of melt around that message. Take a breath. And let it go. Blink the eyes open. And from here, we're going to let the hips roll over to one side or the other. Take the legs out in front of you. We're going to keep them bent. So keep the soles of the feet down on the floor. Take the hands behind you so you're just kind of leaning back a little bit. Widen the feet out to the edges of your mat. And we're just going to find some really big, gentle windshields. So let the knees come over to the right, back up to center, and over to the left. Back up to center. Use your breath. You can slow these down. You can speed these up, but use your breath. So the inhale takes the knees up. The exhale takes the knees over. So even here in this really simple motion, notice the transition. Notice everything your body's doing in order to allow you to move like this. Notice the fact that you have knee joints. Notice your hips. You don't have to fully understand the anatomy, but just notice and maybe be a little bit impressed. Like, how cool is this? All right, next time you're in center, pause. Walk the upper body up. Take hold of just the shins, just below the knees. And we're just going to rearrange ourselves to Baddha Konasana. So let the soles of the feet come together, the knees come out wide. You might need to rearrange yourself a little bit, maybe even take some of yourself out of your way to really feel your sits bones. And then the thumbs come to the bottoms of the feet, fingertips wrap around the tops of the feet. Sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath in. Exhale, if you'd like, start hinging forward from the hips for a fold. If you're folding, see if you can allow your elbows to come right down to the inner thighs. And then inhale, lengthen, get even longer. Exhale, fold, maybe a little bit deeper, maybe not. What do you need today? What's your body asking you for? Inhale, slowly rise back up. Exhale, slowly walk all the way down to the back body. We're going to leave the legs right where they are in this same shape. We're just coming down. So this is Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle pose. If it's too much in the hips, you can walk the feet a little bit closer to the front of the mat or make fists and place them right underneath the upper thighs. If you're okay where you are, maybe take the arms out to nice big goalpost arms to open up the chest just a little bit. And here once more, take the opportunity just to breathe, just to find this feeling of awe of being alive, of all of the transitions that we're constantly gracefully, or sometimes not so gracefully, flowing through. Take these moments to observe yourself, your breath, your practice. One more full, slow inhale. On your exhale, like you're in slow motion, drip your hands down the mat to the outsides of the thighs and use your hands to close up the legs. Soles of the feet press down into the mat. Knees point up towards the sky. Press into the feet to lift the hips and then just set them right back down. Just create a tiny bit of neutralizing space. From here, step, plant, press the feet down into the mat. Feel how that translates into your shoulders pressing down into the mat. Hands come down by your sides and inhale, lift the hips right up to bridge pose. So maybe this is a little bit of a lazy bridge pose. Maybe it's your fullest, deepest expression, whatever you need it to be today. Go ahead and invite that in. Maybe it's walking the shoulder blades closer together. Maybe it's interlacing the fingertips. Wherever you are, you're breathing really beautifully, really deep, really full. And wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. Inhale. Exhale. Final breath in, slow. Final breath out, lower yourself down to the mat, smooth. Pausing here, walk the feet out to the edges of the mat, just like we were doing when we were seated before, just one full round of windshield wipers with the knees. Let both knees knock over to the right. Inhale, knees up to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, knees to the right, and pause. So just in a really gentle twist. Find what's comfortable for you with the hands. Maybe they rest on the belly. Maybe they're open wide. A slow breath in. A big breath out. Inhale, knees come up to center. Exhale, knees over to the left. And pause. Find what you need to find. Stay with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. As you inhale, draw the knees back up. As you exhale, take the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around them, and take these breaths to find what it is that you're looking for, what you need. Deep, deep breaths, maybe some movement, maybe it's stillness. And then take a slow breath in. Let that exhale guide you into stillness and really wrap up the legs. Maybe take hold of opposite elbows or forearms, and then go ahead and point the toes. A final breath in, lift the head, the neck, the shoulders, squeeze yourself into a tiny little ball. Exhale, Shavasana. Unravel, unfurl, let everything come out long on the mat. Taking up as much space as you need to, taking as much time as you need to really find comfort, find depth. And then take a final slow, controlled breath in. And then let that exhale really release the control, guiding you right back into your natural breath. There's no pattern, there's no holding, there's no control. There's just you and your breath. Maybe you keep your awareness with the breath, just noticing how it trails into and out of your body. But it's truly, at this point in your practice, just an observation. You're not participating, you're just observing. Observing the breath, observing the softness of the full body. observing the effects that this practice can have on your body, on your breath, on your mind. Really allowing, encouraging these final few moments of your practice to welcome softness, release into the body. Smooth forehead, soft jaw, flat palms, floppy feet. Constant, constant breath. And then start sliding that awareness from the breath right up into the mind space. Not as a participant, but just as an observer. Observe where your mind is and let it be there. But just notice it. Take inventory. Take a breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then send that awareness right down into your fingertips, into your toes. Invite a little motion into the body. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, maybe circle the wrists, the ankles. And then the next time an inhale starts to inflate the lungs, reach the arms overhead behind you. Find that full body stretch, reaching the fingertips away from the toes, getting really long. Breathe in. As you exhale, let's take the knees into the chest. And slowly make your way to the right side body. Pausing here in this little curled up shape just for another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then really taking your time. As you're ready, begin making your way up into a seat. Whatever that seat looks like, let it look like that. We're really going for comfort here. So once you find that comfort, let the hands settle where they settle, with the eyes closed down. Notice the length that you can maintain in your spine. Take a full, slow breath in. And a slow breath out. Even here, even in total stillness, notice the transitions of the body. As you inhale, fill up. As you exhale, empty out. Even here, even in stillness, notice the transitions, the fluctuations of the mind. Give that a breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then take the palms together in front of the heart. Let the chin gently bow down towards those hands. And we'll close with a final single sound of Om to close and seal our practice. So if you'd like to join, you're on mute, so no worries if you really want to go for it. Take a big, slow breath in. Namaste.